So I went inside. So I went inside. So I went there. So I went inside. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. How was my F1 visa interview? Was I scared? Was I excited? Was I at the point of having a nervous breakdown? What was I wearing? I'm going to talk all about this right now. So the visa interview process takes place in two stages. One is the biometrics and one is the actual interview. So I went for the biometrics interview at around, I think my appointment was at 10:30 and I reached 30 minutes in advance. So you're supposed to stand outside in a queue and then you go in. I carried three documents, my passport, my DS-160 confirmation, and also my appointment confirmation for the biometrics. So you go inside, you just sit, and then you're called. You've given a window number, and then you're called inside. Uh, you're called at that window. So I went inside. They looked at my. They asked for my passport. They looked at my DS-160 confirmation appointment sheet, and then they asked for. They took basically they'll take all your fingerprints, and then they'll take your picture. So that's what basically happens, and then they put a sticker on your passport, which is basically a barcode kind of a thing, which you'll probably need it when you go for the interview because they're gonna scan it at that time. So that's it, and then you go home. So 2 days after the biometrics, I went for the actual interview. I think my appointment was at around the same time, or probably 10. So I again reached like 40 minutes in advance because I'm really scared of running late. So it's better to just arrive a little bit early. It's just fine, you can scan the place, you can get your breath under control and everything. So first you're supposed to wait outside. So we were all waiting outside. Great, it's raining. Okay, so you're waiting outside, and then when your time comes, so then they'll call you inside slowly. So first the security people, they're gonna check your passport and the barcode which you got during the biometrics. They're gonna scan that, and then you go inside. So it's really nice. It's like a waiting area. You sit there. So basically it's like rows. So one set of people, they are in one row, and then there are many different groups, and then there's restroom, there's water. So if you want to use that, you can. It's just it's pretty chill. So then every row is called inside, which is like the next step. So it's you still don't land in the interview area. So in the next, so then again you go in a line, and then after crossing those 2-3 stages, you eventually land in the interview area. So, and that is where all those windows are there and the actual interview is going on. So first you're supposed to sit there, and then when your turn comes, what really happens is that there's one person who's actually giving the interview in at the window, and then you're standing just behind that person. Not really right behind, but you're still like behind, so you can actually hear what's happening, what's going on in the interview of the person who's just before you. So when I was standing there, I mean, it's kind of that made me a little bit nervous, because first you can see the visa officer, and I actually had an eye contact with the officer behind the window, which is okay. But then I could hear like the two windows, the one where I was supposed to go and the other one. And the window, the people just right in front of me, they were like two elderly couple, and they had visited like different countries before this, and then they had like kind of a long interview, and then their visa was rejected. They didn't get the visa. And then there was another person like just next window. She was also applying for a student visa, and her visa got rejected too. And then that made me nervous, because I was like, okay, now I'm scared a little bit. And then my turn came. So then I went there. I was just being myself, and then I think we were like, okay, good morning. uh, and then the person was like, yeah, good morning, how are you doing? Either one of us asked, how are you doing? And I don't exactly remember. And then they just asked for my I-20 and my passport. And then he just asked one question, like so when we were doing this whole discussion about how are you and stuff, he was like this, yeah, how are you, and typing something, and talking to me and typing something, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what's happening, but then yeah, and then he just asked me one question, and he asked me why masters, because before coming for the masters in the US I was working, I think for, yeah, for 3 years, so there was a gap, right? I mean, usually people go for undergrad and then directly go for masters, not always but a lot of times. So that's the only question he asked me, and I just gave like whatever I felt, whatever was the reason for me to go for a master's. That I wanted to study, understand more about the business side of drug development, which was my specialization before. And I also named one or two courses which I was really genuinely interested in taking. Um, and I think that's it. And then he didn't even say that you got the visa or anything. He just didn't return my passport. And then he was like, okay, you can collect your passport in these number of days, something. And that's it. It was, I feel like it was just 30-second interview or something. And it was very funny because for a second I wasn't sure if I got the visa or I did not, because sometimes your brain just freezes or something. But then I realized that okay, my passport is not coming back, so I guess I got the visa. So yeah, that's what happened. It was really quick, but I feel like maybe he was in a good mood, or sometimes they also get an idea from the your application. Also, one thing, so there are a couple of like 2-3 things that I personally feel that if you get it right, no one can stop you. So 2-3 things that I would want to mention here, what I think is important or what matters. Number one is confidence. You just be confident. If you're nervous, or if they kind of get an idea that you're lying, you're just gonna get caught. I mean, I'm not saying that just in case of lying, but even if you're honest but you're not confident, that might cost you. Say it's just a part of, you've already gotten the admission. All you need now is just the visa, and you have everything right. Then there's no reason to get scared. You should just be happy, just be confident. The second one I would want to say is future plans. Have a concrete, or at least have a good idea of what you're planning after your graduation, whether you're going for an undergrad or a master's. You should have an idea, A, for why you're going, B, what you're going to do after that, and also during that period. So it's, you should have an idea of, okay, fine, what you plan to do with your CPT or your OPT. You want to work, I mean, you want to go for an internship and stuff like that. So you should have an idea of that. Not like if someone asks you that, okay, are you planning to work, you're not going to say that, okay, I'm going to stay there forever. But then if you're studying, you will be doing your internship, right? And you will be working for that short period of time to gain your get better, get more expertise in your area of study. So never say that you're never gonna work. Next, I would say is get dressed, because it's probably one of the most important days of your life. So you want to show that it's important. I mean, don't get overdressed. Don't wear a suit in like hot summer, or don't wear a suit if you don't wear it in your general life. Just don't wear shorts or flip flops and go for the interview. That's what I would say. So dress decent. If I remember correctly, I think I wore a pair of trousers and a shirt, which I usually wear during my work. So it was just like something like that. And one more thing I want to say, this is just based on some of the people I know. Please don't offer your documents unless they are asking you to do so. Because even during when you're applying, they never say that you're supposed to bring the documents. It's always written that you're not supposed to bring your documents. We still carry it, just in case. So yes, do carry them, but don't start showing them when it's not needed, because that's gonna be really negative for you. And the last one is stay calm and be happy, and you're gonna nail it. So this is it about my visa interview, guys. If you have any other questions regarding visa interview or any other thing regarding this whole process, please feel free to reach out to me, either through email or any of the social media handles. And if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel, because I'll be making more such videos. and enjoy the rain, the snow, or whatever. I'm sure most of you watching this are definitely enjoying the winters. So take care, and I'll see you guys soon.